Okay, so we are live. Let me make sure it's showing up. All right, so we are live. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Happy Saturday, everyone. So we're here again with a Black Business Highlight. Today we have Queen's Brow Bar. So we're going to be talking to her today about her business. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. Make sure you share this. If you have any questions for her, make sure you put them in the comments. We're going to go ahead and get started. So tell us a little about who you are, where you're from, and what caused you to start the Queen's Brow Bar.
Sure. So my name is Britney Smallwood, and I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised. And I've been out in AZ for 7 years now. And so I think what inspired me to start Queen's Brow Bar, I've always been in the financial industry in some way, shape, or form. And I do enjoy it, but my passion is the beauty industry. So I was just very, very interested in it, interested in getting into it. And I've seen a couple different people go to a couple different avenues, and someone close to me just said, "Hey, you should do this." And I've always, I love tattoos and just all of that fun stuff. And so she encouraged me to do it. And I put it off. She wanted me to do this in 2018, and I put it off because I had just went back from my master's, and I finished it earlier this year. And I think just kind of being home with COVID, I was like, you need to just do this. Like it's never going to be the right time, but now is a great time. So it was born earlier this year, and I've been doing it ever since.
Okay, nice. I'm glad you brought that up, because I think when COVID was fresh back in March and stuff, a lot of the people who already had businesses were kind of like, they were a little uncertain about how things were going to look like for their business. And then there are people who were planning to start their business, but then COVID happened, so they kind of wanted to put it off and stuff. But people are creating businesses during this time, and they are succeeding. They're making money. They're getting booked and busy. So so COVID has not been all that bad. I think it's good because we had a chance to kind of focus on stuff that we probably were putting off and waiting. But when you're at home and there's really nothing, there's no other distractions, what are you gonna do?
Exactly. Yep. So I was like, let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna step out on faith, and I'm gonna do it. And it's been a challenge because it's different having your own business. It's just different, in the corporate world. That's the corporate world. That's not your business. You're just contributing to it. But when you have your own business, you own every aspect of it, and that has been a challenge because that's just not something I've ever had to do.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to ask you this, since you brought that up, because me, myself included, a lot of us started businesses in the middle of a pandemic. So what are some of the things that you either struggle with or you've learned along the way since starting your business?
I struggle with putting myself out there. I really do. It's like so crazy because when you, I think like you kind of touched on, to start a business is already putting yourself out there, but then to go out there and have to market your business, to have to be on all different avenues of social media, having to constantly tell people what you can do for them, to build your portfolio, to just make yourself being vulnerable, to constantly keep, posting when in your head you're like, this is probably irritating people on my timeline, but you know that you have to do it because you are constantly trying to network, and word of mouth is the greatest form to do that. And just really trying to see, you want the audience to know what you can do for them. So I think that's been the greatest struggle for me personally, just putting myself out there, because it's different. Like I said, from just switching gears from corporate, you're encouraged to think like a business owner, but when it comes time to be a business owner, it's a lot of vulnerability involved.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So, okay, so Queen's Brow Bar. What kind of services do you provide? Where is your business located?
So the services that I currently provide are to do eyebrows. So I do like I'm ombre powder brows. And so, you'll see like the microblading. What I do is the micro shading. So it's more like the makeup look. Mines are actually done now. And it looks like I have makeup on, but I don't. You get them done. They're semi-permanent. They'll last 1 to 3 years. And that just really depends on skin type, lifestyle, and how you take care of them, honestly, because you can keep getting touch-ups and things like that. So that's primarily what I do. It's less invasive than actual microblading, because that is done with a small blade versus what I do is done with a small needle. So I do that. I'm going to start doing lip blush. That is something that's coming soon, but I just haven't had a model for it, and I want to practice that a little bit more. So besides the eyebrows, I'll add the lip blushing, and then I can do like beauty marks where, some people want the freckles or they just want like one little mole. I can do that. Right now, due to COVID and due to it being a growing business, it is home based. So I have a studio that's in my den. And it's right when you walk in, so people can feel comfortable. It's all set up, and it's right there, which makes it very convenient because I do also work from home. But on top of that, like I said, with everything going on with COVID and stuff, I just didn't want to invest in an outside studio at this moment.
Okay. All right, cool. So I know you said it's home based. So what city are you located in? The east side, the west side?
Right now, I am located in Maricopa. So I know it's a little dry for some people, but it's worth it. I am thinking about starting to add traveling services as well, because I've had people that's interested who's in more of a central location, such as Phoenix or Tempe, or even Chandler. But I haven't just yet, and I don't really know when I'm going to do it, because it's just so many guidelines that you have to add with that, because then they have to have the space as well, versus I'm already set up. But I am located out in Maricopa.
Okay. Well, I know Maricopa seems far for a lot of folks, but there are folks who live out in Maricopa. So
It's a
if you
lot of
don't
us
want
that's
to,
out here.
if you don't want to commute all the way to Phoenix or Tempe or something to get your face did, you do have the option in Maricopa. So I think that's really really good news. Because there's a lot of people who live out there, and a lot of them that could be like an hour and a half commute. So
Yes.
you have Brittany now that's in Maricopa that will get your face right, and you don't have to worry about the commute.
Exactly. I mean, what I have learned, and everybody's different. For me personally, when it's something I like, and better yet, when it's attached to someone that I like, I'll travel. I have a braider that's out in Almost Surprise, and I drive regularly because she provides the service that I do like, and I don't really like a lot of switching up and stuff like that. So if I find somebody, I am loyal to them. But everybody's different, and like you said, it's a huge market out here. It's a lot of people, so I'm happy to be doing it.
Okay, cool. Let me put your booking site in the comments in case anybody wants to check out your services or book anything. Guys, if you have any questions, be sure to ask. I know you kind of covered the micro shading already, but for people like me who still have to draw on their eyebrows and stuff, what should I expect if I'm like a brand new person, never did anything other than the little pencil and maybe a little concealer or
The
something?
little concealer, yes, I did. I'm telling you, I did that for like 4 years. My brows were so thin, and they were just naturally fine like that. It wasn't, some people have over plucking stories or something. I just don't. They were just naturally like that, so I would always fill them in. What it looks like just from beginning to end, I do normally ask that you come and you have your brows kind of cleaned up the way you like them, whether that's a threading or a wax or you using a razor, how you like them so the shape can kind of already be there. Because what I'm going to do is enhance your shape. I am not by any means a magician. You know, our eyebrows, they are the sisters, not twins. And typically all of us have a naturally higher brow bone. So it's my job to try to find as much symmetry as possible and then get them to the desired shape that you want without deviating too much from what you have. So you'll get that, and that typically you want to have them shaped within 5 days of your appointment. You come in, you're going to fill out some consent forms. I prefer, especially if there are people that like yourself that fill in their brows, show me pictures, because if you love the way you fill in your brows, then I would like to do them just like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then you'll show me pictures. We'll discuss what best colors for your skin tone. And then after that, we pretty much go to the outlining. And that can be kind of, I think, intimidating to some people. It is a small needle. I got a lot of tattoos, so it didn't really bother me when I have it done, but I understand that it is nervous to some people. The outline is best done without any type of numbing, just because you need to have like the crispest outline possible, because after that is just a shading. So the outline is done with no type of numbing cream or anything like that. And most people say that it's not too bad. It also doesn't take too long. It's about 5 to 7 minutes. I try to go slower, but you know, you want to make sure that people are comfortable. After that, after the outline, it's pretty much a breeze. We'll kind of go through all the consent forms and everything beforehand, but then once the outline is done, you're then numbed, and you can be numbed repeatedly. The appointment time is about 4 hours. I do like to take my time, make sure you look good. And then after that, we'll get them. We make sure everything looks good. I'll kind of fill them in, shade them in as much as possible, and I'll give you aftercare. And you typically come back for your perfection appointment. That's within like 6 to 8 weeks, and so that just depends on how your brows are going to heal. Healing time is about 7 to 14 days. That just depends on skin type. And then it heals very similar to a tattoo. So you're going to lose that top layer of skin. It's going to peel off, and so they'll look lighter. Then the color kind of comes back, and then after that, the perfection appointment, we'll see what's needed. You know, do you want your tail to be a little bit longer? Do you want to go darker? Do you want the fronts blended in more? Just things like that. That happens at that 6 to 8 week mark. And then after that, your brows are good. Like I said, 1 to 3 years. So that first touch up is included. I am going to be running a special for November. So the specials are also coming too. So you guys look out for that. And yeah, you can get your touch up really as much as you want, but most people do about once a year.
Okay, cool. So I was gonna ask, let's say you have somebody who suffers from maybe like a cancer patient or somebody that suffers from alopecia that doesn't necessarily have, maybe they don't have hair at all, maybe.
Yes.
Um, do you suggest that they come in, like let's say I had alopecia or something, but I drew mine in? Is it better to do that, come with you that way so you can kind of see the shape, or is it something that you guys kind of do at the actual appointment?
I think it kind of varies on what you're comfortable with. When it's those type of cases, I want to make sure that the person is as comfortable as possible. So if that is someone that is drawing them in, you can come in like that. Yes, because that's helpful. Or you can just show pictures. Or sometimes I have people that, they're just I'm in remission. I'm celebrating. This is kind of what I have going on. So I just want to do it, but I don't really know what I want them to look like. At that point, it's a conversation like, hey, let's sit and see what's the best shape for your face. And then I also, the part that I somehow managed to skip over, I'm sorry, we do is brow mapping done on every client. So that is to find the actual symmetry that is for your face. So even if you don't have a shape in mind, we're going to take that time and do mapping, and mapping takes about sometimes 45 minutes to an hour. It just depends, because I want to make sure that you're happy. So everything is pre-drawn on so you can see it before the actual tattooing starts.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of any other questions that people might have, because I've never done it. It is something I'm interested in, because let me tell you, if I can have that done, that would probably save me like 30 minutes getting ready,
Oh my God.
either in the morning for work, for events, to go live. It
It's
would be a
a
lifesaver.
changer. It is a game changer. Like I said, I was doing it every day. And when you are used to the way your brows look, you will not leave the house until they like that. So I was doing it all the time, every day. And it is an investment, and it depends on the person. Some people it's not important to. For me, that was something that was important to me. So I did invest and do it. And just a lifesaver. I do not have to worry about filling in or going swimming and it's coming off, or you just wake up made up and you go. Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about because I want to dive into the services a little more because I know
Okay.
I'm not the only one who's never had this service done. So let's talk about like the freckles and the moles and stuff. Are those like little just dots you make and then it just heals over time? What's the process on that?
So the process for that is very similar. The only thing about like the beauty marks, they don't last as long, right? Because it's just a little mole on your face. So for those, anytime you want to get them touched up, I'll touch it up because it's just so quick. The freckles are a little bit more complex because you want them to look as natural as possible. So it's just, your freckles are not just little dots. They're a little distorted. So you'll take your time and do those a little bit more. But the process is very much the same. You're looking at a picture to see what that person wants. Where do you want the mole? A lot of people, you want the mole right here. I personally have a lot of natural moles, so not something I need, but some people they want their moles or their beauty marks in different places. So I'll just place it there with a little felt pen, make sure you're good with it. Make sure I'm using like the blackest color to make sure that it's really popping. And then that's something that's going to heal really quickly. The skin will fall off. It'll be there. Typically with those, just because it's much less invasive. That's about maybe 6 months. I would say for the mark, you maybe can get a year for the freckles. It does depend on how much, but these are all of my services, they're all semi-permanent. So this is it, that's the difference. The process is the same as a tattoo, but it's different where the tattoo is going on the sub layer of your skin. All of this is on the top layer. So it's all semi-permanent, and that's why maintenance is needed to keep it up.
Okay, cool. And I know you said that the first follow-up is included when they book the service. So after they do that, after they come in, do the initial service, then they come back up to do like a retouch. How often after that should they be coming in? Would you recommend?
If it's the brows, it really is subjective. I have had people that, of course, I haven't been doing it that long, but I've had people that I know that it's been 2, 3 years and they haven't had a touch up and they still look really good. Personally, for me, I got a touch up at the year mark, and I did that because I felt like they were not as dark. For some people, that doesn't matter to them. The outline's already there. They'll just fill it in with their pencil to kind of get them the color that they want. For me, I didn't want to have to do any maintenance, so it really does depend on skin type, and that's why it's typically a touch up is needed every 1 to 3 years. But I recommend about a year if you want them to look as fresh as possible. I say a year. Everybody's a little bit different. For the moles, you're probably going to want to do a touch up every 6 months, just so it's going to fade. Our skin is different. We're constantly shedding layers of skin. We out here in beautiful AZ with all the sun. It's going to fade. So it just kind of depends on how your body reacts to it.
Okay, all right, cool. I think we covered the brow shade, the micro shading, the
Mhm.
freckles, the moles. The I think you said it was called lip blush.
It is called lip blush, and
Okay.
that is something the lip blush I received, like I am certified to do it, but again, it's not something that I want to do until I get some more models. I only have one initial with my certification. The lip blush is different. The lip blush is really to kind of give your lips like a little tint. It's not gonna look like this. Of course, this is like lipstick, but for some people, maybe you're a smoker, your lips are a little bit dark, two-toned, or maybe you just have really pale lips and you want to just kind of give them that little color. It basically looks like you're wearing some shade of gloss. So it's typically going to be like a peach, a red, Though in that color family, it's not going to be anything this dark because you would have to go over it. The lip blush, from the feedback that I got, is not the most comfortable to get done. So that is one where you really got to be sure that you want this. I think people that get it, they're getting it for a certain reason. And that's mostly what I've seen is just like color correction for people that have darker lips. So your lips, oh my God, my lips just look too dark. If that's something that's bothering you, you're going to invest to do that. You have to do several sessions to lighten those up. So for me, I would recommend if it's someone who, like I said, you're really serious about it, you kind of done your research, because it can be something. You do the numbing gel on there. It's like a lidocaine that you do, but because it's your lips, you have to constantly do it. You're feeling that a little bit more. It's also that a different needle that's involved in that. So that one is one where, like I said, I really want to, when you have models for a service, sometimes people just say, "Oh, free me, let's do it." But you gotta be sure about that, because
Right.
it don't feel too good. So yeah, that's one that I haven't expanded to that as of yet, because I really want to make sure it's the right person that I do it on. But yeah, it's literally just like a blush to your lips. It looks very natural, where you can just add some gloss and go, but they're going to be lighter colors.
Okay. All right. Because I was going to ask you if you're looking for models, if anybody was interested, but
I am looking for models, but it's not going to be a okay, you're it. It's really going to be a lot of questions involved versus the brow models. I think it's the eyebrows are something that's very popular. So it wasn't hard for me to get models. Like I put it out, and within a day I had everybody that I needed, and people kind of understood it a little bit more. The lip blushing is really for a specific clientele. Like, to me personally, you have to be doing that for a reason, because it's more of a process. If your lips are darker, it can take up to 3 different sessions just to get them to an even tone. That's not even putting the color that you want on there. So it just can be more of a journey with the actual lip blush. So I am looking for models, but I do want to make sure that we kind of have some screening questions involved. So if you're interested, let me know, guys, but expect a lot of questions to come your way, because I really want to make sure.
okay, cool. I'm going to put your email address in here so you can do the whole questionnaire screening if you need to.
That's perfect.
So let me put that in here if anybody is interested. Um, Tamika Thompson said she learned something new. So yeah, because I mean, I've heard of the micro shading and all of this stuff, but I didn't know some of the stuff either. So this is very educational for me too. So thank you for
I'm
sharing.
like, I am happy. I'm happy for you. I think a lot of the lip blush clients that my mentor has, if it is for Black women, it is color correction. It's not so much as the color. A lot of people that want the color is more Caucasian clients, because they only need like one session most of the time. But when it's color correction, it's more difficult. So it's one of those things where yeah, it's a conversation that I'm happy to have, because it is something I want to start doing more.
Okay, cool. All right. So, guys, I put it in the comments. Make sure you reach out to her if you're interested.
Yes.
I wanted to, and then, of course, you guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comments and we could answer while we're still live. I wanted to ask you, because we're almost wrapping everything up here. Let me see. Okay, so I put the website in if anybody's interested in booking with you. What is your social media information?
So my Instagram is let's see, it is Queens_Bra. That's for Instagram. And for Facebook, I want to say, y'all don't kill me, I'm not on Facebook that much. I think it should come up under Queens Brow Bar, but it might come up under QBB as well, like just the quick name.
Okay, I think I found it.
Yeah, I
Does
think
the banner say Browaholic?
yes.
Okay. I like that. That's cute.
Yes. I am not, but I'm not, I am and that's one of the things, it made me more uncomfortable when Facebook first came out, I was on Facebook when you had to put what school you was going to, what college you was going to. And then I just got off of it. Loved Instagram, but it's one of those things where you need to be available on both platforms. So yes, I do have the Facebook page. I'm more active on Instagram. I will answer you either way.
Okay, cool. And you said for Instagram, it's Queen, then underscore, right?
It's Queens with an S and then underscore brow bar. Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure I put it in the comment section so people can check out your work. Let me see here.
And if they go on my Instagram page, I am currently doing a brow giveaway. So you'll see that, as I believe that's my most recent post. And that person is going to be announced on November 7th. And then tomorrow I'm going to start running a special. So I will also announce that on there too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So guys, make sure you check her out on Facebook and Instagram. I put both of the links in there. And then we also have her booking site if you're interested in booking any of the services. If you guys have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments. But in closing, I wanted to hear from you because I know you're a business owner now, pandemic or not, you have a business.
Yeah.
So what what tips do you have for other people who are in business, looking to start a business? Any business tips you have for anyone?
I would say just sharing some of the stuff that I've learned on a personal note. Continue to be vulnerable, promote yourself like no other, because that everybody had to start somewhere. Promote, continue putting yourself out there, continue investing in your business. On the actual business side, really make sure that you are about your money. You're doing this for a reason. And yes, you should have some sort of passion about it, but you're also in it to have some sort of success, whatever that is defined to you. So be serious about your prices. That was something where I was very uncomfortable starting to say what my price was, even though I knew that it was in the industry cheap, but I'm comfortable saying that to people. And sometimes you have people that are close to you that's like, oh, well, I thought, and it's like, no, this is the price because you invest a lot in this. So this is what you're setting. So be comfortable with your prices. Make sure you kind of understand the tax write-offs and different benefits and stuff like that to you. If it is something, I don't know how important it is for me. I didn't trademark my name, but I definitely did open it up as an LLC, providing services to people. Just never know, y'all. People can be a little funny. So you want to make sure, you have an LLC and you are protecting, because you need to have your business separated from your personal. And that's going to be in every aspect. Make sure you have a nice little business account. And I would just definitely say be available to always speak to what you can offer. Sometimes we're just uncomfortable, and we might not know the best way, or you might feel like, oh my God, I'm tired of promoting myself. But no, just be comfortable with it and own what you do, and definitely don't give up. It's times where it's slower and it's hard building a business, and a lot of businesses take losses the first year, and that's okay, because year 2, year 3, if not year 1, you'll be successful at it, or you never know where it will take you. So it's all a game, but it's not even a game. I think it's just all a journey, and you have to be willing to go on it.
All right. You covered a whole lot. I don't even know what to say after that, because first off, the price is the price is the price. That's just what it is.
The price is the price. I am a person, I'm telling y'all, I am a major consumer. One of my goals right now is to stop all the shopping and to really, really understand the power of budgeting, because money is power. I like to shop. I like to spend money. The price is the price. If I reach out to somebody and I don't necessarily care for the price, I still respect that is the price. Some people can get, just a little crazy with you. And I'm just like, don't do that. Like, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. I respect you. But sometimes you got to pay for what you want. So you really need to do some research on it and understand the price is the price.
Right. And I think as a business owner, when all of that stuff you just talked about, as far as making sure your business is legalized and all that stuff, when you understand those basics and that foundation, you won't have a problem saying this is what I charge and this is what it is, take it or leave it. Because you understand that this was time. You had to do certifications. You had to maybe sometimes even offer free services to the models to help you with your business and marketing and stuff. So yeah, so thank you so much for sharing that. I don't see any questions, you guys. So again, her booking website is in the comments. If you're interested in being a lip blush model, there are requirements. So be ready to answer some questions, but I put her email in there, her Facebook, her Instagram. So that is it from me, you guys. I think I'll be back on next weekend. Yeah, next weekend with another business. So thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about your business. Guys, make sure you support her, especially the people out on the east side. Y'all always complaining that everything's out in Phoenix. I have somebody in Maricopa now. So make sure you show your support to her. And thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys next weekend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.